Hello folks, we're back with another round of Modern. We have Seth Carver playing the coolest Gruul deck ever, and Michael Apper playing Boros Moonblade, the Aspiring Spike deck. Today we have a guest, we have...
Michael Mapson.
From the Dark Death Podcast. And so let's dive into it. We got Seth with a Stomping Ground into a Ragavan. Feels like a pretty solid turn one play to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the best start you can have in the format, right?
Yeah, when in doubt, right? Just play Ragavan.
I think we go ahead and...
I was actually talking to Appler yesterday, because Michael Appler is my coworker. He was playing a game against one of our customers, and he led on a S% when he had the Ragavan. And he went first, and I was like, I feel like you definitely just play Ragavan in every situation.
Alright.
The card's just so good.
Yeah, I actually also think you're supposed to lead with the Ragavan. One of the pros, actually, I think it was Mengucci, tweeted about this yesterday, and he was saying the same thing, like, always lead with Ragavan. Granted, he's talking about the Cracked Earth deck, so it's slightly different.
Yoey, I love that deck. I saw the challenge results, and I was like, what is this? I saw it. I read Cracked Earth. It's like, there's 4 mana types in this deck. I want to play this. It looks fun.
Yeah, and people keep talking about that deck winning. I don't think people necessarily picked up on the fact it also came in 7th.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when Kyle and I were looking at it, we were like, what is this deck? And then we kept scrolling through the results, and we saw it in 7th, too. We were like, there was 2 of them? Oh, we want to play it. We texted Dan. We're like, we're hard pivoting to this for Star City Philly. And
yep.
Dan had a nightmare. Dan was like, alright. Mike doing some Stoneblade things, getting sort of Fire and Ice. That card... so good.
Yeah, especially when your creature's board is entirely red.
Yeah.
Right, like, attack.
I've played so many games against Appler where I'm playing Grixis or I'm playing Murktide, and he just gets a Fervent Champion and puts a Sword of Fire and Ice on it, and it's like, okay, cool. At least with, like, Grixis I have Death Shadow, but the Murktide deck, I'm like, alright, cool. I have Darcy's and Ragavans until I drop Murktide.
So, like, I know Aspiring Spike has been really high on this deck, but the number of equipments in it always kind of blows my mind. Like, it just feels like the deck should be very clunky. I haven't watched that many games of it, but it just, like, it doesn't make sense in my head.
Yeah, that's fair. Alright, so the Stoneforge Mystic just got removed. Seth has been playing this deck for a while now. That makes Chase been out for a while. But he keeps, like, adding random cards to it, and every time I see it, it's just different each time, and it's wild. Like, he has Titania in his deck list.
Titania's a sweet card.
Titania is so cool. But, like, the first time he was like, alright, my Saga will go get a Zurin Orb, I'll cast Titania. Me and his opponent were like, wait, what the hell is going on? And there's a turn 3 blood. I hate that.
Yeah, Bloodman in the main deck is aggressive, to say the least. I don't know how effective it is against this particular Gruul deck. I mean, if he's on Saga, that's quite a beating, and he doesn't have any force out yet. So.
He's got a Saga in his hand, a Goyf. It looks like a split card, but I don't want a split card in your main board against Gruul.
Sort of fire? Sure. Go ahead, sir.
I like the hard cast Sophie with a Blood Moon on the board and no creatures.
And 1. 12.
I mean, why not, right? But still.
Drawing for turn.
Yeah, Spike has really seemed to be on, like, very high on this and the Just Guy variant of the deck. There's a Fervent Champion, gets a free equip onto the, with the sword. Honestly, I do like that card a lot. I played it a lot in that standard, where, like, the mono red aggro deck was a thing. Or that, yeah. It's just really good. Getting to free equip the swords. Alright, Seth's just going to scoop it up. Mike's going to take game 1. We're going to do some sideboarding here while Mapson and I talk about random things.
I did not know that's how you spelled Appler's name.
That is Mike's name, yeah.
It's weird to me because we have the same name, but it does not look like the same name.
It's pretty cool. I remember, super short tangent, I went to go pick up food for him and I the one day, and the guy thought I was him, put a pen with his card, and he's like, oh, that's such a cool weird saying, or where did you spell it? And I was like, yeah. Alright, Seth's going to lead on the Wooded Foothills.
Here's plains. Here's an S%.
Don't have a turn 1 Ragavan?
And a turn,
I like S%, man. I like that card a lot.
I mean, it's a good card. You know, not as strong as Ragavan.
No, it is not.
One of these cards got banned in Legacy, and the other didn't. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Ooh, getting the basic 4 is smart.
What's the head shaking over here, sir?
Basics are always good. Especially when you're playing against a deck with 4 main deck Blood Moon.
Yeah, I don't know from Appler's side if you actually leave the Blood Moon in. I guess it partially depends on if you saw the Ursa Saga, but I don't know. Red-green decks are often Blood Moon decks of their own, so I would probably board it out personally.
Yeah, I don't know if you kept them in or not.
Goyf is a 1/2 currently.
Beats on a Tarmogoyf. Tarmogoyf though is a card that like I know has historically been very good, but as a newer player, I've never felt, I don't know, overwhelmed by it.
Top 4 in SCG with that card.
Thank you. Cards in hand.
Good times. Just attacking people left and right.
What year was that?
A while ago.
Stoneforge Mystic. You just get the Sophie here. He has Cauldron Complete in his deck, which is like a house of a card, but I don't think it's ever coming down against any deck that plays Bolt or Heat right now.
I mean, sometimes they don't have it.
True. Sometimes you just get lucky, but is that Feast and Famine?
It is a Feast and Famine.
So Feast and is that the one that untaps all your lands?
Untaps all your lands and they discard a card.
Okay.
Card I remember playing a lot of in Legacy. I used to play Jeskai Delver, and man, did I murder some Storm players with this.
I'm gonna evoke a Fury.
Such a good card.
I love Fury. I actually really like the Elemental Cycle.
03. Yep.
Subtleties,
Yep.
whatever, but I really like the other 4. Yeah. Shotgun down at the stomping ground.
And I will go ahead and attack you for 3.
Sure. Go to 16.
Yep, and I will say go.
Untapping.
Yep.
Drawing for turn.
I like this Tarmadai. Most people have like the round one, but he has that like, I don't know the dice numbers or the deep, but it's interesting. It's just different, little customization.
Am I just blind? I don't even see it.
Yeah, it's right there.
I am blind, yes.
Mike's gonna evoke a Fury of his own.
Yep.
Now, do you like the borderless versions of the elementals, or do you like the regular ones?
I mean, I like both, but I prefer the borderless. I tend to prefer borderless cards. They look so nice.
That's fair. Alright, 3 mana is going to just cast the Sword of Feast and Famine.
Man, these equipment, the empty board. I mean, granted, last time, we had the Fervent Champion to back it up immediately.
Chapter 3, I'll make another token.
Sure.
I have to say, even though I like Sword of Feast and Famine, it looks kind of embarrassing against construct tokens.
That's fair. I don't know if he knew it was a Saga deck, though, just because, like, game 1 he didn't play anything. And Mike hasn't been out to locals in a little while, just because, he's on a life, but...
What are you trying to say about me?
You don't have a life, Mattson. You don't have a life.
I have a life. It consists of playing cardboard.
Go to combat?
Yep.
Yeah, me too.
Absolutely.
Actually, I don't play any cardboard, but... Alright, you got a Scalding Tarn.
Go ahead.
Untapping.
Yep.
Drawing for
Yeah,
turn.
I really like it's Jund Saga without the Jund. I like this deck. It's cool. Interesting. You said there was a version that's playing Karn the Great Creator right now?
Yeah, I'm not super high on the Karn, but I do like the idea of the deck in general. Like, the Jund Saga deck is just very good, but
Turn back over to
the format is, like, so grindy, like, especially with all the shadow and stuff, that, like, having Thoughtseize is, like, not super great. So you just get to have a little bit of better mana if you cut out black, and then, like, you don't have to debate on, like, is Elvish Reclaimer or Dragon Great Channeler better? You can just play both. And then moving forward, you can play Traverse the Uvenwald, so you can play like a singleton copy of the new channel lands.
Oh, I dig that. Yeah.
So you can find them to pair with your Ren and 6.
Yeah. Ugh, Ren. I do actually really like Traverse the Uvenwald. I love the Delirium mechanic. I think it's cool. Cards getting more effects in relation to other things being fulfilled.
Yeah. I have a feeling throughout the month of April you're going to see me with a lot of Tarmogoyfs.
Okay.
A lot of Tarmogoyfs, a lot of Ren 6s.
Alright, well, we'll definitely get you on stream for a couple of them.
I will cast Shadow Spear.
I'm interested to see if like a Naya lands adjacent deck comes to play from the channel lands and Ren.
And then I will attack you for 8.
I just don't know if you need the white. I mean, the white's good.
You might not.
The channel land is good, and prismatic ending is obviously great. Super high on that card.
Apple's gonna pick it up. Seth's gonna take game 2 with that construct beatdown, and he had the bolt for lethal, which is like always. I really enjoy lethal bolt. It's just a fun feeling. Back in Legacy with expressive iteration, or you can still do it now, but expressive iteration and the lightning bolt off the top, like you're dead.
You know, it's an even better feeling than having the bolt.
What?
Having the sudden shock, right? Because you don't even have to play around anything, so you can slow roll the hell out of them. Because you can just wait, and it doesn't even matter. Like, they can put lethal on the stack, and you can be like, oh, sudden shock you. How many force wills you got? None of them matter.
That's beautiful.
Not that I've ever done that, because that would be incredibly toxic.
Michael Madsen doesn't do any toxic card game things ever.
Not a once.
We're definitely gonna watch you later go, I have the pack, you're just dead. And you're gonna go, yeah, okay. So Star City is coming up. Would you take either of the, barring what you are playing, because I know what you're playing, if you weren't playing that, would you consider either of these decks for Star City Philadelphia?
I don't know exactly Seth's list, so it's hard for me to commit to saying yes. But potentially, I don't think I would take the Boros list. Again, just too many draws that don't come together, I feel.
Okay, that's fair.
And I will play a Ragavan.
I'm probably wrong, but like, I don't know. I know personally I would be upset when I lost a game and I just ended with like Maul of the Skyclave, Sword of Fire and Ice, second copy of Sword of Fire and Ice in my hand.
Yeah, that's fair. I do like a lot of the interactions that I have, like as Ranger Captain of Eos to search out the Ragavans or the Fervent Champions. I like that card a lot. Fervent Champion's really cool. You can get ahead of Ragavan turn 2 Blood Moon, like you have a good like big mana matchup in theory.
Ranger Captain is really good. I don't know that finding Ragavan with it is particularly great, just because at the point in the game where like you're resolving a Ranger Captain and you're waiting another turn to play the Ragavan, like, you know, Ragavan's never bad, but it's not the card I want to draw on turn 4.
That's right. I have found playing like the more tempo style decks. So obviously, like Ragavan on 1 is what you want. But in like the tempo mirrors, I found like dashing Ragavan later on in the game has tended to prove in better results for me than just like
I'll grab my search while he's doing that.
throwing it out turn 1, hoping it doesn't die. Because usually when they have the bolt or they have the other creature to block, it just dies.
Nah, I'm definitely gonna make him Havoc train.
I mean, like, yeah. I'm more so saying if I'm like going second. Going first, you slam the Ragavan or whatever. Alright, so we're grabbing the Cauldron this time. I don't know if Mike's deck plays a Shadow Spear. I feel like, I mean, it's another equipment, but I think I'd like Shadow Spear over something like Maul of the Skyclave. Maul's cool because it pitches to Solitude and auto-equips when you play it. But I feel like the Saga decks have proved that Shadow Spear is just an absurdly good equipment in its own right.
Yeah, Shadow Spear is quietly great.
When it came out, it used to be like, I don't know if it got played in the other formats, but it was like a big commander staple. Because it was just a good card. It was like a good $10 card. And Saga came out, and then like Hammer became a better thing, and everyone's like, oh, this card's kind of crazy. And it went quietly from like $10 to $20. And we went from having like 15 of them in the shop to just 0 of them in the shop. And everyone just like asking for them all the time. Everyone takes a burnt Forged Tender. Yes. Yeah, it's burnt.
Not a card that sees a lot of play anymore. I remember when that card was just like an auto-include in sideboards.
Oh, really? I know right now it gets played because, like, obviously the red decks, but, like, it being able to stop a Fury activation is cool. And I think that's, like, the idea that Hammer has when they play it, but I don't even know if Hammer's really on it right now at the moment.
Stoneforge mistake?
Sure.
No trigger?
Yep.
Then I will tap my plane.
I'm really not used to playing Stoneforge Mystic without Brainstorm. And it's just like, I'm looking at this and I'm just like, yeah, put another clunky card in your hand. Like, I know I keep saying that, and obviously you can cast Sword of Fire and Ice, but I'm just like so scared of like running it out, having my creatures die, and being like, now what?
Yeah. Yeah, when Mike first brought the deck in, I was like, this is like, it's cute. I don't know if I like it. And then I saw Spike playing it a lot, and then I've played it a couple times, and then I've played against it a good amount. I think it's a cool deck. I think this is what Mike is playing for the Star City event.
It is. We were talking about it this weekend.
Sure.
I do not have delirium.
Like, he had as I say, he talked to you about it, and then he was pretty confirmed on it yesterday. It was like some inkling still of maybe playing Hammer, but like 90% leaning towards this.
Well, he did not mention he was considering hammering me. I would have hard pushed for Hammer. That deck's really good.
Hammer is wild. We'll see it later today.
I actually have fun when I play that deck too. Like, I can't speak for everyone, of course, but I do think it's very fun to navigate.
I do like, I like the non-Blaris versions more, personally. Like I find them more fun to play.
Yep.
But I can see why, you enjoy playing Hammer. It's just a fun deck.
And then I will Unholy Heat.
Also, the turn 2 kills is weirdly satisfying.
Untap it. Drawing for turn.
Yep.
Yes, things are looking pretty good for for the Gruul deck right now.
But this Burntwood Forge Tender is honestly pretty solid here. I think the Bloodmoon? Are we playing the Sword of Fire Ice? I'm playing the Sword of Fire Ice.
I'll take one. I'll cast
Fervent
Javier.
Champion.
I'll move to equip Sword of Ice on Javier.
Forge Tender is actually going to be super nice here, because he can't really attack into it.
Yeah.
I mean, he can, it just...
Does nothing.
Okay, sure. Yeah. You may attack.
Yeah, Mike really needs to find a prismatic ending here.
Yeah. So I think the main deck has 2 endings, and then he sides 1 more, which... I don't know. I like playing 3 to 4 of that card in the main board.
Okay.
I really like Prismatic Ending. It's only a 2-color deck, but you have Ragavan for additional treasures if needed, or for treasures for additional colors if needed.
Tap. Draw. Chapter 3, and I need to think for 1 second.
Saga going to 3 here. Can't really see what's in his hands, so I don't know if he's...
I'm at 16.
Not sure if the Construct play is the best play. But
I am just going to make a colorless mana.
Sure.
And then search.
it's floats of mana. I do like that Seth plays the spell bombs, because when I first saw his deck and I saw they had Saga in it, I was like, all right, well, what are your Saga targets? I saw the Zern Orb, I was like, okay, the Titania plan, but seeing the spell bombs is cool. I actually really like that they're getting included, because it's that one, and then is Nile the other one that gets played a lot, right? The one that hits graveyards.
Then I'm going
Is it
to
Tarmogoyf?
cast a Ren and 6.
Oh, that's a red and 6. Much better than a Tarmogoyf.
Okay. I will plus on this.
Can you name what the green spell bomb does?
No. I can tell you what the blue one does. I can't tell you what the green one does.
Can you name what the white one does?
And then use
Color Pie. What are we doing in those colors?
Alright.
Does white tap a creature?
I believe white gains 5 life, Sunbeam Spellbomb.
Okay.
And then green is make... No, I was going to say it's make a 1/1, but I think that's the other white Spellbomb. Green is make a 1/1 insect?
Okay. Interesting.
Okay, I'm going to check myself.
Yep.
Drawing for turn.
While Mapson checks himself on his spellbomb homework, we're going to do the same pitch that we've done. Are you going to Star City, Philadelphia? We've got like 4 days left, but if you are, come say hi to any of the AU staff. That'd be super cool, because we appreciate you watching this content. You can also say hi to Mapson too, if you want to. Maybe you're a fan of the Dark Depths podcast. It's a pretty good podcast. You should check that out.
I'm a nice guy. Plus, there's a non-zero chance I'm wearing an AU hoodie, so you might just think I work there.
That is fair.
So the green one, you pay 2 and sack it to find a basic land,
Okay.
which is really bad.
Yeah, it's not great.
That's Horizon Spellbomb. And the white one is make a 1/1 mirror.
Okay.
The old white one was gain 5 life. The old green one turned a land into a 3/3.
Alright, so we got 3 mana coming down. Do we have a second Sword of Fire Knights? Alright, Ranger Captain, yes.
Triggers.
Yep. Okay.
Having Esper Sentinel, okay. Maybe just making jump blockers.
So my issue with the Sentinel, though, is it just dies to Rented 6 here.
Sure. Okay, gets another Burrington.
Much better choice. Right, this is kind of what I said was my concern with Ranger Captain in this deck, right? Like historically, it's been played in Mardu Shadow, and it's like late game you find 2 shadows, and that's absurd. Or it gets played in the Heliod deck, and you're like, find a Walking Ballista so I can kill you. And that's like really good.
Sure.
But
And I pass turn to you.
here it's like, I'll find this card that dies to your board.
I've made a jump blocker. You can't play spells.
I will plus Ren and 6. Pick up this Urza Saga.
So there's the plus on the Gruul Saga. Such a simple interaction, but I like it. So good. I'm very excited for Ren 6 to get reprinted so I can pick some up. I just want to play with that card. There's too many cool decks that Ren's in that I cannot play currently.
Sure. We'll go ahead and move the blocks.
Yep.
Ragman will go ahead.
Tarmogoyf
and
is a
jump
6/7. I think that's what that die says.
Cool.
Yeah.
Close combat. Yep. I'll play
Ragman's
Tarmogoyf.
going to jump. That's another Tarmogoyf.
And a Tarmogoyf.
That's a lot
That's
of
another
points.
Tarmogoyf.
This game feels over.
Yeah.
Yeah, over is definitely a good word.
There's 18 damage of Tarmogoyfs on the board.
Going for turn.
Is Tarmogoyf the best 2-mana creature that's ever been printed? Am I just missing something?
No, so that there used to be commonly said like there was a cycle of overpowered 2-drops.
Okay.
I don't know that I would say Goyf is the best of them. So in white you got Stoneforge Mystic, which I would argue is better than Tarmogoyf. I mean, it's easier to kill, but like finding a Cauldron or a Bower Skull, I think is just as impactful, if not more. In black, you had Dark Confidant.
Blue, you had Snapcaster.
Blue Snapcaster is a really good drop. Red, you have Young Pyromancer.
Okay, that's fair.
So, not sure I would call.
No, yeah, Tarmogoyf's definitely not the best 2-drop. I don't know how I didn't think of a single one of
Go
those.
ahead and move the blocks.
Pyromancer makes sense for me to not think of. I've never seen Pyro do anything in the format, just because new to
We're gonna go
modern.
ahead and block like this.
But
6, 7,
we're looking for our blocks here.
12, but that puts me in bolt.
I mean, you have to block 2 of the Goys, right? You can't let 12 damage go through
I mean, you can do whatever you want.
it.
Mike's a grown man. He can make his own choices.
You've got me. Well, when you just got bolted for lethal in the last game. Sure, you have Burrington, but he's got Red and 6 and Pirate Spellbomb right there.
Nope. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice my Ranger Captain Bar to damage.
Sounds good.
And I will take 12.
12.
Go to 2.
Looks like he's taking 12, but he sacked the Ranger Captain, so he doesn't get hit with a non-creature spell.
I mean, he's just dead on 4. Well, I guess not because of Burrington, but like, the game is over.
Yeah.
I will. And then
I also
will
don't think he has any
sacrifice
cards
Spellbomb.
in hand.
Looks like Ren down-ticked, hit him for 1, and looks like we're trying to sack the Spellbomb here. I don't know if Mike has a way to prevent the Spellbomb. He could have popped the Burrington, right, for the Ren and 6?
He could have.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's debating solituding his own thing to gain life.
Flash in Solitude, exiling my Esper Sentinel, targeting my Fervent Champion.
Sure.
I'll go ahead and gain 3 life.
Okay. Sounds good.
It's just like, that's really not a winning line, right? Like, you're giving up 3 cards to keep yourself alive. Like, you do what you have to do, because
Okay.
alternative is losing, but, like,
Yeah,
this isn't really winning.
unfortunately, I don't think there's a way for Mike to come back from this.
Okay, go ahead.
At the end of your turn, I'm going to sacrifice Sunbig Canyon.
He's going to cash in the Canyon to draw a card.
Oh, no, don't pay on that. Stay at 3.
Yep.
Sunbig.
Yep.
Untapping.
So I guess the out is engineered explosives on 2.
2 lands doesn't do it. Good game.
All right, good games.
Alright, that's going to be game 3 going to Seth.
This is your
He's going to take it 2-1 with the coolest Gruul deck ever. Thanks for watching, folks. Have a great rest of your day. We appreciate you watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And check out the Dark Depths podcast.
Engineered explosives would have been insane.
The engineered choices would have been crazy.